Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're decoding a massive strategic chess move in the banking sector. Axis Bank's appointment of a brand new chief financial officer. You know, the financial world moves incredibly fast, and when leadership shifts at major institutions like this, it sends absolute ripples straight through the markets. Right now, Axis is locked in this fierce battle for market share and margin expansion in India, so a move like this, it's a huge signal about their future trajectory. We're going to break down exactly how these massive transitions are orchestrated, pulling the details straight from recent regulatory filings and industry reports. Let's get right into it.
So what actually happens when a top-tier bank needs a new financial architect? Well, the market stops and pays attention, for sure. A CFO transition isn't just a standard HR update. It's a crucial forward-looking indicator. It literally tells us how the institution plans to navigate upcoming regulatory waters, optimize its capital structure, and drive business transformation in a really competitive environment. When a seat this critical opens up, you need a seasoned veteran who can seamlessly step into the crossfire. And looking at the who and the how of this transition gives us some incredible insight into Axis Bank's strategic priorities for the coming fiscal years. Let's look at how they're playing their hand.
Moving into Section 1, the big move.
The official July 18th regulatory filing confirmed a major changing of the guard. On one side of the equation, we've got the outgoing architect, Puneet Sharma. He resigned from the CFO position last month after a significant tenure to pursue the next phase of his professional journey. Naturally, that creates a pretty significant vacuum at the absolute top of the financial hierarchy. But stepping directly into the spotlight to fill that void is Rajiv Mantri. He's exiting his role as executive president and CFO over at Bandhan Bank to take this on. Make no mistake, this isn't just a simple replacement. It's a high-stakes strategic maneuver and a major corporate handover at the highest levels of Indian banking, heavily deliberated by the bank's board of directors.
Which brings us to Section 2, timeline of the transition.
You see, big transitions at this level, they don't just happen overnight. You don't just toss someone the keys to a major commercial bank's balance sheet on a Friday afternoon. It follows a highly synchronized playbook of corporate governance. The dominoes actually started falling back in June. That's when Sharma resigns from Axis, and right around the same time, Mantri steps down at Bandhan Bank. Then we hit July 18th when the Axis Bank board officially approves Mantri's appointment. But here is where the strict logistics kick in. Axis actually honors Bandhan Bank's notice period policy. That means Mantri's final day there isn't until September 25th. He then officially assumes charge at Axis just 3 days later on September 28th. Honestly, it's a masterclass in executing a clean, regulated corporate handover without disrupting daily market confidence.
All right, Section 3, meet the new CFO.
Just take a look at this number for a second, 30. That right there is the absolute cornerstone of this appointment. Axis Bank is not taking any chances here. They are bringing in a 49-year-old finance professional with nearly 3 decades of high-level industry experience. Think about what 30 years in the banking and financial services industry actually means in practice. It means this guy has navigated multiple brutal economic cycles. He was right there in the trenches during the 2008 global financial crisis. He navigated the rapid digital banking shifts of the 2010s, and he managed capital during the unprecedented pandemic shocks. That kind of tenure brings an invaluable battle-tested stability to the C-suite that investors are completely craving right now.
And all that vast experience? It's built on an incredibly rigorous foundation. Rajiv Mantri is a chartered accountant, which is the absolute gold standard for technical financial expertise and granular accounting rigor in India. But he pairs that strict, numbers-driven background with a global executive MBA from NCED, literally one of the most prestigious business schools in the world. That specific combination, deep, granular financial knowledge plus elite global business strategy, is exactly what a major Tier 1 bank demands in a modern leader capable of driving macroscopic growth.
His pedigree extends way beyond domestic borders, too. Mantri brings a truly global executive presence. We are looking at critical, high-level stints at heavy hitters like Citibank, Standard Chartered, and Mashreq. His operational footprint covers major international financial hubs across India, Singapore, and the UAE. So he isn't just an accountant, he's a proven architect of massive financial operations. The filings emphasize his broad expertise spanning finance, strategic planning, and capital management. He basically has this proven track record of taking complex corporate governance and aligning it with aggressive business transformation across completely different global regulatory environments.
But look, an impressive global resume just isn't enough in today's tightly regulated banking environment. To seal the deal, the Axis Bank board had to confirm total compliance. backed specifically by both the Nomination and Remuneration Committee plus the Audit Committee, they confirm Mantri fully satisfies the strict eligibility criteria under the Reserve Bank of India's Commercial Banks Governance Directions of 2025. This rigorous vetting process ensures that this appointment isn't just a brilliant strategic fit for the balance sheet, but a perfectly compliant one in the eyes of the primary national regulator, mitigating any potential governance risks right out of the gate.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, the biggest takeaway isn't just that Axis Bank found a new CFO. It's who they found, and exactly how methodically they secured him. With 3 decades of battle-tested global experience spanning from Singapore all the way to the UAE, how will Rajiv Mantri shape this next aggressive growth phase for Axis Bank? The pieces are all set on the board, and the official handover happens this September. The real question for investors now is, how quickly will his aggressive strategies and capital management expertise actually impact the bank's bottom line and overall market share? It's going to be fascinating to watch. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive, and as always, keep your eyes on the markets.